Hello there, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you've made it to this video. My name's Fiona. I'm an intuitive healer and a mind-body therapist, and I've been working in this field for over 10 years now. And I've been asked to bring this video to you because humanity is going through some major changes at the moment. And so I have been asked by my spiritual team of helpers, my family of light, to bring this video to you to help you to navigate the shifts and the changes that we're all going through at the moment. It is a very exciting time to be alive. You might not feel like that if you watch the news. However, I'm reminding you that we're going through some amazing shifts right now, and everything that's going on around you might seem chaotic and might feel out of control, and also might even feel a little bit sort of desperate and doom and gloom. But what I'd like to tell you is that actually we're going through some amazing shifts and we're heading somewhere amazing and fantastic and wonderful. Now, to help you get there more easily and more comfortably, to help you enjoy the ride and to help you expand your consciousness and be able to find a place of calm within the storm that's going on around us, I'd like to help all of you, and also this works on myself at the same time, to connect with your soul and to help you learn to love yourself a little bit more. Now, what I'd like to do with you today is to use some techniques that I use when I'm working with clients that help to shift the subconscious beliefs that we might hold about ourselves. Your subconscious beliefs form the building blocks of every thought and action that you take, basically. I mean, 95% or more of your thoughts, actions, choices, words, feelings are all based in what you believe about yourself and what you believe about the world and your place in the world. And many of those beliefs have been built or created when we were very, very young, and we can't even remember creating those beliefs. However, they're still there and they're still directing the show. Basically, they are helping us to point in one particular direction or the other with our lives. So if you want to change the direction that your life is going in, or change any aspect of your life, the very first place to have a look is to see what your subconscious beliefs might be that could be preventing you from going in one direction or causing you to go in another direction. So today we're going to start with the fundamental building blocks for a healthy, happy, fulfilled, successful, enjoyable, light-filled life, and that's the belief of self-love. Humanity is being asked right now to actually really step up in the area of self-love. Self-love is not selfish. Self-love is the most unselfish thing you can do. It's the most unselfish gift you can give to all of humanity, because when you love yourself truly, you treat yourself with respect. You look after yourself in a healthy way, and you see the divinity in other people as well. So when you love yourself, you begin to fall in love with everyone else around you. You see the loving aspects, and perhaps not the not so loving aspects, in everyone else. Now, truly loving yourself doesn't mean that you're perfect. It doesn't mean you only love the bits of yourself that you like. Truly loving yourself is accepting the whole of yourself, is understanding that you are a complex being, and that you're going to have days where you don't like the way you feel, and you're going to have thoughts that you might think, oh, why am I thinking that? I don't even like the thoughts I'm having. Or you may have experiences, or you may have made mistakes that you don't like when you reflect back on them. Loving yourself means you love everything about yourself, and you accept that all of those experiences have got you to where you are today, made you the person you are today, and they're all part of what makes you wise and wonderful and colourful and interesting and different from everyone else. And also, by loving yourself, you accept that you are a human, you're having a human experience, you are a spiritual being having a human experience in this physical body, and that human beings have feelings and we have reactions to things, and we do have subconscious beliefs that we've created, and we actually have the ability to create new ones and healthier ones, or more life enhancing ones. But accepting yourself means you're accepting your human frailty, your human foibles, your humanness, your ups and downs, your mistakes, your whoopsies, your falling over and then picking yourself back up and carrying on with life. And when you accept that about yourself and you love that part of you too, unconditionally, just like a parent loves a child who is learning and growing and makes mistakes, the parent might not like the behavior, but they love the child anyway, or most of us who have had a experience of being parented in that way, perhaps you might not have had an experience of being parented in that way, but you will understand what I'm talking about because you may have had other people in your life who have modeled that for you. And so this is what we're being asked to do for ourselves now, is to love ourselves despite the mistakes we've made, despite our human failings or frailty. We're going to love ourselves including all of that and because of all of that. And when you fall in love with yourself truly, you can easily love other people unconditionally and you look beyond the mistakes that other people make. Doesn't mean we should live with all of their mistakes all of the time. It doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for a better society and for more peace and joy and love and compassion and unity consciousness. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be striving for those things, but it means we stop judging the person. We might judge the behavior and say we don't like that behavior, but we're not judging the person. We accept that the other person is also a spiritual being in a physical body, struggling against the tide, sometimes swimming against the tide of the conditioning and experiences and knowledge and opportunities that they've had up until this point in time. And so we accept that they are doing the best they can with with the experiences that they've had and with the tools and information they've got. It doesn't mean that we turn a blind eye to behavior that isn't, tolerable or isn't acceptable in a harmonious society. It just means we step out of the place of judgment and we can recommend changes and move forward from a place of love rather than from a place of fear or from a place of separation. So that was a bit of a long introduction. I had no idea that's what I was going to say. So I'm thanking my team of light for that long explanation. And now what I'd like to do is explain to you what we're going to do. So we're going to work on some basic foundations today of self-love. And we're going to do it using some belief statements, and I'm going to guide you through it, and some hand positions. And your hand positions, I'll direct you where I want you to put your hands on your body. We'll be going into places that are supporting a change of energy in your energy points in your body. So I have been given the energy points for today. When I work with clients on a one-on-one, I work together with my family of light and they find the correct hand positions and energy points for each person on an individual basis. But they have assured me that today that these hand positions and these belief statements will be fine for us all to use today, and it will have an uplifting, transformative effect for anyone who uses this particular method. So feel free to share the video with your family and friends and help them all fall in love more deeply and completely with themselves. And also feel free to listen to the video a few times or watch it a few times and, just to brush up, to reinforce the learning. And now I just want to put a caveat on that, just to say that generally speaking, with the work that we're about to do, once you've done it once, that's all you need to do. It's kind of like magic. It's amazing. However, the self-love concept is a little bit like a faceted diamond because our soul is like a diamond. And so we might sort of bring the self-love into one facet of ourselves. But down the track, we might need to do it again or do it again and again and again. And I have worked on the self-love belief statements many, many times to get to a point where I can honestly say, and I can feel right inside of the core of my being that I love myself. And I certainly couldn't say that a few years ago, even though I wanted to be able to believe that was true and I wanted to get to that place. I could feel that I wasn't there yet. So if that's you, if you feel like there's a little bit more work to be done, that's okay. Just keep doing repeating the video off and on, when you feel the need, you might need to do it, once a week, once a fortnight, once a month, just for a little while until you feel like you've really got it and it's really cemented solidly in. So let's start with the first belief statement. So the first belief statement is, I am lovable. And you'll be amazed at how many people are walking around on this planet who do not believe they're lovable. And if you don't believe you're lovable at a fundamental level, how can you love yourself? Because you don't believe you're even lovable. And also, how can you receive love from other people completely? It's almost like you've got a protection up, like a wall. And when other people try to love you and send love to you, you kind of bounce it back to them, and you never feel truly loved because you don't actually believe you're able to be truly loved. So we're going to start with the belief statement, I am lovable. Now, if that's already triggering you, don't worry, just take a deep breath and just breathe. Now, if you don't believe that applies to you, that's fine. It doesn't matter, just carry on. You'll be amazed how many people who have been shocked when they've heard that. Because this is not about what you think with your head, right? This is about your subconscious beliefs that you're not consciously aware of, that are embodied in your being, and they are with you when you're asleep, they're with you when you're awake, they just go with you everywhere like your shadow, and they infiltrate, or they affect, they have they sort of like seep into every decision or thought or reaction that you have with other people. So it colors the way you view the world and the way you view and all of your relationships, including your relationship with yourself. So we're starting with the belief statement, I am lovable. So I just want you to close your eyes and just follow what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm going to guide you through. First one I'll talk a bit more through because I want you to know what we're going to be doing. And as we go through and we do the other belief statements, it'll be a little bit simpler. So just close your eyes and I want you to say out loud, I am lovable. Now, I'm going to repeat a statement now that is on behalf of you. So you just listen along and you might like to say it after me. So I'll say it slowly and you just repeat it silently in your own mind or out loud, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to say, this belief is in my highest good. Every part of my being is ready, willing, and able to integrate this belief now using, and now I'm going to tell you where you're going to put your hands. And I want you to put your left hand on your solar plexus. Now, your solar plexus is the space between your ribs and your belly button. And I want you to put your right hand on the center of your chest, on your heart, or on your heart chakra. It's not directly on your heart. You can put it directly on your heart if you want to, but just put it in the center of your chest if that's more comfortable. And that is like the heart energy point. So close your eyes, with your eyes closed, and your hands in this position. Silently, in your mind, repeat the statement, I am lovable, and keep repeating that statement over and over again, like a little mantra, silently in your mind, until you notice your energy shifts. Now, you may notice it in one of many different ways, or something even that I don't mention. So you might feel a change of temperature in your body. You may suddenly feel warmer or cooler. You may feel energy move through your body, sort of like an electric current or like a ripple or like a wave of energy. You may feel one particular part of your body feels like something is going on, like a heaviness or a lightness or a tingling or a tickling, like a sort of pins and needly feeling, or even just like a bubbling feeling. You may just suddenly feel really relaxed, like you just have been holding tension in your body, and then suddenly it releases and your body posture changes, your shoulders drop down. You may just let out a big sigh, like letting out a big breath. You may suddenly feel like opening your eyes and think, oh, I'm finished, I need to open my eyes. You might hear words in your head, you're done, or you're finished, or you can stop now. Or you might just suddenly start to agree with the statement. You might suddenly feel like you align with that statement and it feels easier to say, and you feel a smile starting to come on your face. And you suddenly start to feel like you believe it's true and it feels true for you to say it. You might start to see or think of experiences or examples of why that statement is true. So just keep repeating the statement over and over again, silently in your mind, until you feel different in some way. Now, don't worry if you haven't noticed any change. You can just keep going for a couple of minutes. If you feel after 2 or 3 minutes that nothing's changing, you might like to swap your hands around and put them in the opposite positions and keep going. But my sense of it is just my real advice, my strongest advice is just to keep your hands in the same position and just allow yourself to relax into it. Now, sometimes you might not feel the shift, and that's okay too. So if nothing has happened after 3 minutes, you can just stop and you go on to the next balance. But if you haven't felt it yet, you might want to just pause the video, just come out of, open your eyes, pause the video, and then when you feel ready, just start the video again, because I'll be then talking about the next balance we're going to do. So welcome back if you paused the video. And I just want to ask you what you noticed. If you didn't notice anything, that's fine. But if you have noticed something, do you feel better? Do you feel good? Okay, so you might like to say the statement again now. I am lovable. And notice how it feels. It might sound different the way you say it. I am lovable. Does it sound different to you? Are you saying it with a different tone of voice? Are you saying it with belief behind the tone of voice? Do you feel different when you say it? Okay, well, congratulations. That's the first one done. We've got 3 more, and these ones will be quicker because I won't do the big explanation about what you might feel. We're just going to go through the setup phrases. I'll tell you where to put your hands, and then I'll let you pause the video for a few minutes while you do your balance silently in your own world, in your own space. And when you're ready, you start the video again for us to talk about the next one. Okay, so here we go. The second one is I am willing to love myself. Now, you might want to love yourself. You might believe that it is, in an ideal world, you would love yourself. We all kind of know that intrinsically. But if we're not willing to do it, and sometimes there can be reasons why we're not willing, and we'll get to that one next. But if there's a resistance to it, then no matter how much you want to do it, you won't do it. Your subconscious is holding you back for a reason. So the first thing is we have to break through that resistance. So we have to put in place a willingness to take the next step, because your subconscious is always trying to keep you safe. And if it believes for some reason that it's not safe, and there's a clue as to what the next balance is going to be, or the next belief statement is going to be. So if your subconscious believes that it's not safe, it's not going to let you go there. So we need to first of all put willingness in. So I want you to silently say, out loud, I want you to say, I am willing to love myself. Okay, so now I want you to repeat after me. This belief is in my highest good. Every part of my being is ready, willing, and able to integrate this belief now using, and this time I want you to put your right hand on your solar plexus. So again, that's the space between your belly button and your ribs. And I want you to put your left hand on your sacral chakra, which is the space just below your belly button. So with your eyes closed, silently in your mind, repeat the statement, I'm willing to love myself. and keep repeating it until you feel some kind of energy shift, or repeat it for about 3 minutes, and that should be enough for in most cases. You can do it for longer if you want to. So now would be the time to pause the video, and then when you're ready, start the video again. So welcome back, and how are you feeling? I hope you noticed some sort of energy shift and you're already feeling a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more peaceful. So now you're feeling like you're getting into it and you're starting to really breathe into it. And sometimes we notice the shift more easily as we become more relaxed. But don't worry if you didn't notice anything, it's still working and you can come back and do it again another time. Okay, so now let's just repeat the statement out loud. I'm willing to love myself. And notice how you feel. Did you feel different? Good. Okay, so now we're going to do the next statement. This one is, it is safe for me to love myself. So I want you to say out loud, it is safe for me to love myself. Excellent. And now I want you to repeat after me. Every part of my being is ready, willing, and able to integrate this belief now using, and we're going to put your hands, both of your hands, one on top of the other in the solar plexus. So that's the space between your ribs and your belly button. So you've got your hands there, and with your eyes closed, silently in your mind, like you did last time, repeat the statement, it is safe for me to love myself. And keep repeating that statement until you notice some kind of shift in your energy. Now, this is one where you may, if you haven't felt a shift up until now, you may feel this shift. If you don't, then I would suggest you go back and repeat the first two and then come back to this one. So you might like to pause the video now and do this belief balance right now. And now welcome back. So how are you feeling? I hope you noticed a lovely shift in your energy and you're feeling really, really good. So I want you to say out loud after me, it is safe for me to love myself. And how does it feel to say that? Does it feel good? Excellent. Okay, so now we're moving on to the last one for today's video. And this one is, this is like we're bringing it home now. We're hitting the home run. So now we're actually saying, I love myself. So we've done the I am lovable. And we've done I am willing to love myself. And we've done it is safe for me to love myself. And now we're going to do I love myself. So I want you to say that one out loud. I love myself. And now I want you to say every part of my being is ready, willing, and able to integrate this belief now using, and I want you to put your right hand on your sacral chakra. That's the part below your belly button, just below your belly button. And I want you to put your left hand on the solar plexus, which is just above the belly button, and close your eyes and silently in your mind repeat the statement, I love myself. And keep repeating it until you notice an energy shift. Keep going, and I will see you when you might like to pause the video now, and I'll talk to you when you're finished, when you unpause the video. Off you go. Welcome back. How are you feeling? I'm so excited for you. This is such a big thing to do. And if you feel like you haven't quite done it, it's not all landed there, and there are still layers to be done, that's okay. You can go back and listen to this and repeat the exercise over and over again until you feel like it belongs to you. And you might like to do it as you're lying down in bed, so you don't have to do it standing up or sitting up. You can do it lying down in bed. You can do it as you go to sleep at night, and you can do it as you wake up in the morning. It's a beautiful way to start the day. And the more often you do this until you feel like it's integrated, so you don't have to keep repeating it. If you felt the shifts If you felt the energy shifts and you feel like, yep, it's done, you don't have to keep repeating it. But if you feel like, no, I didn't really feel much and I still think there's lots of layers, then by all means, go back and do it again. As I said in the beginning, I've done this a lot of times to get myself to the place where I can honestly say it's completely stuck. And most other belief statement integrations that we do don't take multiple attempts to move the layers, but self-love is one that is very nuanced, and we've had many experiences in our lives that have reinforced the belief that we're not lovable, or that that somehow we aren't enough, that we are not worthy, and those are other whole belief balances, and we will do some of those in later videos, and there will be different hand positions for those. So but what I'm saying is all of those experiences that we've had can reinforce, it's just like laying down another layer of concrete, another layer of concrete, another layer of concrete on the I am not lovable platform. So, it sometimes does take a bit of a Kango hammer. So you might need to go at it a few times before we totally break through, but it is so worth it. And you shouldn't need to be sort of doing this for months and months and months if you just keep at it for a little while. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I do wish you all the best in your practices. And if you've got any questions, just feel free to shoot me a comment, and I will hopefully see them and answer them. And yes, all the best and good luck. And I look out for my next video. Thank you.